but it is difficult for him to enter. So if the devil cannot enter, two things he will send. Number one is to make you angry. Any family that dwells on anger is a pepper soup for witchcraft. That's why they can't strike you until they have caused a disagreement between you and your husband or your wife. No Christian can fall until the devil sends two things. He will send anger. If he cannot get you by anger, he will send unbelief. He will bring something that will break your faith down, and you begin to doubt God. Then God is not pleased and he will leave you alone. Am I talking to somebody? Now, let me bring down some things about anger here. Sorry, the time is already finished. Now, look at this. Even if I stop here, I have communicated. Now, take your notes about anger. Number one, anger is natural and cannot be ignored. Anger is natural. As long as you have flesh, anger is natural. Is somebody listening to what I'm saying? It is a part of nature. They call it a natural phenomenon. You can't deny it. If you can love, if you can feel hunger, if you can feel thirsty, you can be angry. Are you hearing what I'm saying? God is sending me to somebody because this may be your last warning on anger. I'm very, very certain about it. I took my time. What I'm teaching you now, I teach about anger management. But I had to sit down and God opened my eyes to new things. And as I speak to you, I speak to myself. I am one of the most hot-tempered people you can ever meet. Till today, my mother na atomojo. My mother, some of you know my mother. My mother will ano bronco John. Ishi gine irukwa here. Oga ano na main road maga account. Who are you? But she's afraid of me. Ya na mmadụ se ụka. Ya kpawa agwa ọ na-akpa. Ekwe ya ka m ga gwa nna ya sị gị ngwa bịa ozuola hapụ. I don't talk too much. I used to be the kind of person, if I tell you, I will deal with you. Run. Let it take 10 years. Any day I see you, I will deal with you. If we come to village and some troublemakers come, my father will say, nah, go and take care of them. Gonna hang up. The Bible says, I and my children are for signs and for wonders. But you have not read the Living Bible, not New Living Translation. It was my father who showed me that. The Living Bible says, I and the children God has given to me are to interpret the different names of God. So why some people will interpret God as a lion, some will interpret him as a lamb. So in your children, there are peacemakers, there are troublemakers. Because it's only troublemakers that will fight the enemies of their father at the gate. If you don't have stubborn children, your family is not complete. They will collect your land though. All you need to do is to nurture. Today, I'm the last person that they will call to come and be pastor in my family. My father never spoke to me about ministry. Never. I am not the kind. I don't talk with people. I stay indoors. I only come out for family prayer and to eat. Sometimes I won't come out. I don't talk with people. I don't keep friends. It was because of my mother I left hair on my head. Malam kamnabo. Sekura. Nteya Vaseline. Ile mayani shigi hui hogi. I don't laugh with anybody. But something happened to me. How long will you go on like this? Oh, here Chineke saying job. Rolembe. How many years have you spent? It can a week we walk. How many years have you spent? You're not gonna sorry. It will take you 3 weeks before sorry abayanginobi. You are going, Number one, anger is a natural thing. Number two, anger is a force. Don't think it's just a thing like that. Anger is a force. If it takes over you, you can do things you cannot do ordinarily. It's a force. In natural sciences, we call it an energy. It's an unused mobile energy. Moto dagide nwage. God will not allow it to happen. And you are there. The anger in you that is positive, that energy can make you lift up that car. Anger can make you beat up somebody that has been beating you. It's an energy. It can make you do things spiritually and physically. Am I talking to somebody today? Number three, anger can spring up anytime. Or now you notice, you can wake up in the morning and sleep in the night very angry. It can meet you. There was a time anger came in here while sister was singing. Then there was a time she changed the song, and that song was not in line with the beating of the song you were singing before. You saw? There was a reaction, but your spirit covered it. A man and then I go when we walk. It takes the spirit to cover a lot of things. Anger can come at any moment. You can wake up in the morning and don't buy each other if you can never get work. Anything. Number one. Number two. Number three. Anger can come anytime. Number four. Anger can use anything. Anger can use anything. You must be ready. Anger can use anything. There are times it cannot use a person. It will use activities around him. We can give offering here and give offering here and give offering here, and somebody will get angry. Even when you are not the person giving offering, you are angry. You can get angry with the way somebody is dancing. Are you following what I'm saying? In your house, you can get angry over nothing. I don't know if you have ever seen a man in church or a woman in church. You don't like that woman, and suddenly you see your child and that woman's child discussing at the gate. What do you do when you come back with that child? You may not do anything, but let that child make a little mistake. But you yourself know no buge maka ihe o mere. Obi iwe no gi n'obi. It's called misplaced aggression. Families are suffering today because of anger. Is somebody following me today? I'm running so that we can get this thing. Number 5. Number 5. When anger continues, it invites the spirit of anger to take over. I repeat, when anger continues in your life, you are now inviting the spirit to come and take over. And when the spirit takes over, you are no longer in control. You are no longer in control. Some people have done things, and you have come to a point where you don't have control over it. You're not in control. It is the Spirit in control. And that's why the Bible says, cast out anger. He has not given us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. His life says, cast out anger. It is now a spiritual thing and involves a spiritual force to cast it out.